Cinemark is higher after results this morning as the company reported October was its best month at the box office since March of 2020. The stock is up 135% over the past year, but we're still 25% off the 52-week high. CEO Mark Zoradi saying Cinemark is, quote, confident in the future of moviegoing as the pandemic subsides. So can movie theater chains keep the momentum going into the holiday season? Joining us now, Julia Borston with an exclusive interview with Mark Zoradi, the CEO of Cinemark. Julia?
Thanks, Kelly. And Mark, thanks for talking to us on the heels of those better than expected results. Attendance levels, pricing, and concession spending all coming in stronger than expected. Can you give us a sense of what you're seeing so far in the fourth quarter and what your expectations are going into 2022?
You know, Julia, we're actually in the midst of a very strong fourth quarter. I mean, it started in October with the best month we've ever had. And the lineup of films between now and the end of the year is lining up to be extremely strong. Obviously, the virus is starting to wane down and vaccinations are going up. So therefore, people's confidence in coming back to the theaters is high. So we're seeing very, very good strength in the box office across multiple demographics.
You know, Mark, it's so interesting because the movie business is emerging from the pandemic very much transformed. We have some studios doing simultaneous releases, many of the studios shortening the window between theatrical and at-home release. And I'm wondering how that changes things for you and how concerned you are that some people are just not going to be going to theaters as often as they did pre-pandemic.
You know, we don't think that necessarily is going to be the case. Really, what's been holding people back was their confidence because of the virus, and so as that wanes, and then secondarily content. And the studios are now all lining up with some form of an exclusive window. Typically, it's about 45 days. There might be slightly less than that for if you don't have the big blockbuster movie. But the studios have recognized the strength and importance of theatrical to help drive all the ancillaries that follow. So, you know, we've been out talking to all the studios and content providers, and basically across the board, we're getting a very strong commitment towards returning to a theatrical window, both in the fourth quarter and as we look forward to 2022. And I think that's probably what's driving our enthusiasm and optimism more than anything else.
Yeah, but it's interesting, though, because that window of 45 days, that's half of what the window was before the pandemic. And I'm wondering if you feel like there are things that you have to do to make sure that the theatrical experience really feels distinct from the at-home experience, whether it's investing in high-end concessions or improving the quality of the theaters. What's next on that roadmap for you? Well,
you know, that's a really good question. The window pre-pandemic was really about 74 days. It was a little less than 90. And so now as it tones itself down to 45, what we're seeing is that we're getting the vast majority of our revenue in during that time. But you ask, what do we need to do? Probably more than anything else is we need to create a great cinematic experience. And so we've been extremely active during the pandemic. We've now got 65% of all of our theaters with those luxury reclined heated seats, which are fantastic. We now have an online ordering service called Snacks and a Tap, where you can order online and we will deliver the concessions directly to your seat. And then we've got our XD, a large screen format, which has just been actually selling out the soonest than any of our other seats because people want to come back and have that real cinematic experience.